air filter and whatnot done on it. So yeah, let's get started. So to start with, I'm just going to change out this throttle cable and adjust it up. That way we can put some fuel in it and see if the carb needs cleaning, since it's sat around for a while. And in the parts bin, I bought this ages ago for a job on the exact same machine. Another one, the same as that one. It never eventuated, so anyway, that's there ready to go. Alright, so I've already popped off the air filter cover. It's going to take off the air filter housing. And the air filter is due for replacement, and for some reason the pre-filter's gone missing since its last service, but anyhow. 10mm bolt there. Right, now we can see what we're doing a bit better. Pretty basic at this end. Disconnect the cable. And pop him out. Righto. Stick in there. Just sit that screw back in there for now so we don't lose that part. Now, not sure where it snapped off. It's pretty seized in there. I can't just reef it out, so I'll go up to the other end now and start undoing that. Alright, I can't get a very good shot of in where I'm working at the moment. Just backing off this adjustment cable. Back this 10mm bolt the whole way out. Well, I can get in there, but the lighting's crap at the moment, so anyway, you can only do what you can do. Right, and that should in theory come out. I'll show you that in a minute. That cable's quite rusty. Alright, might fit the new one up at the top first. I'll work out where I placed it. Oh, there it is. As the old cable is actually missing this rubber boot on the end, so it's probably why it got water in it and rusted up. Okay. Wind the adjustment bolts off the end. Right, only one of the adjustment bolts needs to wind off the end. That one can stay there. And go up through the hole. I'm just going to leave that there at the moment and quickly attach the other end, and we'll work out where we need to adjust it to. So at the moment it's in quite a short position. We'll put the throttle up on the stop position and try and make it match down at the bottom. Alright. Oh, it's still in focus. Kind of. Alright. So that's in the stop position at the moment. It's in place. So It's quite a nice machine when it's running good. I've used it a little bit before. I usually take my customers' mowers for a spin after I'm done working on them. Righto. So I've tightened it down at this end. I'll adjust it from the other end if I need to. So in theory, if I shift that down to the choke position, the choke plate should close. Bring it back to this position, should hit the stop. So, which it's doing. If anything, I could slack it off a little bit, but for the first few uses I'll leave it a little bit tight because new cables do have a habit of stretching. So I'll just quickly slap this airbox back on and throw some fresh fuel in it and just see if it wants to go for us. Alright. Seems I've got a helper that wants to come in. Hey darling. Hey beautiful. Alright. Chuck this 10mm bolt back in. Is that where it goes? That's where it goes. I know, darling. We're working in the shade today inside the workshop, which is quite small. Only because it is flipping hot out here. We're all outside at the moment, just trying to keep cool. Oh, anyway, I'll just go and get some fuel and see what happens. Alright, quickly check the oil before we go and start this up. Still actually pretty clean. All good. Still on choke. I assume the fuel tap's turned on. We'll check the fuel tap. Fuel tap's turned on. Let's just give it, see what happens. Alright. Obviously a no-goer at the moment. Just check this float bowl out. Fuel tap's turned off now. Ugh, yuck. Alright, it stinks. Hang on. Catch as much of this as I can. Now, I don't think that's going to burn in a hurry. Alright. So I will pull the carb off later on. But for now, that's had ethanol fuel in it too. You can see it's got not globs of water, but it's just, yeah. It's kind of cloudy sort of. Actually, the crud in the bottom of the bowl is breaking up, so I'd suggest, because I use good unleaded fuel, I'd suggest with some fresh fuel going through it, unless that jet's blocked, we'll be right. I might even prime it just a little bit in the air intake for good measure. And if there is some crap in there, it'll suck through and it'll just help the cleaning process. Get in there. There we go. Oh. Put our bowl drain facing forward so I can get to it easier. The fuel had gone nasty, but it hadn't gone that nasty to the point where it had turned into like soup. It just smells really, really horrible. And after I pulled it over that couple of times, you could actually smell the stale fuel. So, all right. No doubt that fuel line's got some stale fuel in it. So, let's take this bowl drain out. There's our fresh fuel. All right. Take two. So, just warming the engine up, taking a bit of a spin, cutting some grass with the old blades. Go down a gear. No, that's in first gear. Not quite running perfectly smooth, so I pick carb clean off the gears. And quick carb clean, and I'll pull the jets and clean them. That'll run a lot smoother. It's just got that little bit of a miss and pop on the wide open throttle. A little bit of a surge there. That's on code. It's just that little bit too lean. Dump this oil out. With the fuel tap off. Oh, it's off now. So while it's on the side dropping its oil, may as well put these suckers on. I believe that's 14mm. 6-sided socket on these. I've had problems using a 12-point socket before. And fairly low power on the rattle gun. There we go. Alright, we'll drop this on the ground and change the blades. What size are these? I think they're 17s. Not going to worry about oiling them too much because we're throwing the bolts away, so crank all the power into it too. Yeah, come out, you little sucker. Or not. There we go. Right. You little bugger. Oh, stay up there. That one. Nope. Now we've got a problem. Oh God. Righto. Righto. That one's coming through, that one's coming through, that one's through. Keep them washers. I'll just quickly wire brush them and clean them up along with the disc. Keep that washer, chuck the blade and bolts and nuts out. Sweet. Alright. Yeah, they're all shop soiled. Now, so nut, bolt, washer, one washer. Sometimes the washers get stuck together. Alright, very similar to a rover mower blade. Bolt, washer, and turn the flat bit so it's facing outwards. Big thick washer. Full send. And you just do that times 4. Okay. Back it off a bit. There we go. Isn't that much more better? Alright, put our new oil in. So I've got 600 mils measured up. I'll put most of it in and then we'll just check it as we go. Take it all, you dirty girl. Right. Yeah, that's about 400 in. So with a Honda, pull the dipstick out, clean it. Don't thread it back in to check the oil level. You just sit it in there, pull it back out. At the moment, they're still looking not quite full. Look at both sides of the stick. Sometimes as you pour it in, it makes a pool on the other side. So you can pull it out, wipe it a second time if it makes you feel better. So we're still quite short on oil because now it's coming out with just a drop on the bottom. Keep pouring. Clean dipstick. Yeah, a little bit of fluff on the end there, doesn't matter. Now we're showing pretty much perfect on full, so well, that took a total of 550 mils, so there's still going to be a little bit of old oil in there, and you never get it all out. Not to worry. So, next up, we'll deal with this carburetor situation. Alright, so I've already taken the air filter housing off. I think we've seen before how it comes off. Just took that spacer gasket thing off. Insulator. The choke linkage just pops back up through this little slot here. Spring comes off with it. Now the carb itself will slide off these bolts, and sometimes you've got to sort of jiggle this governor linkage. Sometimes you've actually got to loosen off the linkages from the engine block. We're going to do that anyway. Only a couple of bolts. Don't need to take it all the way off. Just to aid you. Hopefully that'll get us a bit more purchase on that. You watch, I can get this off it first time every time. Now we're on camera. It's going to want to be a little prick. Oh, we'll take that bolt all the way up. There we go. Back that one out a little fraction more. Oh, you bugger. There we go. That one back in there like that. And just got this fuel line to deal with. What I like to do is just take one of the air filter housing bolts and shove it in the fuel line so we don't lose all our fuel everywhere. So I've just dropped the height adjustment all the way down. That moves this rod down a bit. Flexing the bolts is usually enough to get the carb off. Alright, take it over to the parts washer and give it a bit of a clean. Alright, so I did have a whole video on pulling the carburetor apart and cleaning it, and someone had forgot to hit record, so I didn't have a video of it. So here's our emulsion tube. Put it back in. Just poked a little bit of wire brush through each hole on it. Our jet's already nice and clear. Where'd I put our screwdriver? Put our screwdriver down somewhere. One moment. Okay. Righto. Our float. Still got a bit of green gunge on it. Oh no, there we go. It's all coming off. Alright. It's alright, the fuel will dissolve that. I'll wear that one. It's not a perfectly clean carb. Back in the sun. Alright. Our needles attached to the float on this one. Righto. Oh, notification. That's the owner of this mower saying how's it going. So, guess you'd like it back. Alright, I'll get back to it and then we'll get back to this. Alright. Fibre washer on the bolt. Now we don't need to drain the fuel right away anymore. I'll put that facing its correct position. Just left it facing frontways, only because I might need to do it a second time. I didn't get the carby body perfectly clean. Forgot my gloves today, so I better go and wash that off my hands. We'll just chuck this back on, take it for a spin. And that time the battery died. Anyway, everything's fitted back up. Got one brand new air filter with a pre-filter on it. Rubber gaskets are tight fit. Alright, double check your throttle cable's tight down here. Beautiful. Fuel cap off. going to put a new starter rope in it. I think we've seen plenty of starter rebuild videos before, but it has got a loop at the top of the handlebar. It's there on the other side of that nut there, to put the starter up the top there. So we'll move that and give it a clean and take it for a spin. Alright, so I've just quickly renewed the starter rope, added a motor to it and put it up on the handlebars where it belongs. Cable tied on our throttle cable, adjusted it. Just nipped up the adjusting bolts properly. So this will be our first start since the carb rebuild, the fresh air filter, and everything else we've done. All the way down the choke. Seems to be running good. I'll just give it a quick rinse off afterwards, get all the loose grass off, and I'll give it a quick wipe before returning it to the customer. So that's it for today's video, and thanks for watching.